Hi everyone, my name is PD Wilson, singer, songwriter, vocal director, producer, and creative director of One to One Seller. I am very excited to be here to do this. I've been longing to do this for a long while. And what am I doing today? I'm basically going to be breaking down some of my very interesting vocal works. Works that I've done for clients, works that I've done for, church groups, for vocal groups, for artists, BGVs, everything, because that's really my passion. I have always been a vocal guy. Everybody knows PD is the vocal guy, and it's the reason why I just thought, since you guys have been asking questions, I'm just going to take the time to break down some of my processes, my thought processes, my arrangement, my backing vocal arrangements, all that to you guys. And so I'm going to start with this song by a very dear person to me, none other than Pastor Apostle Emmanuel Iren, who for the longest I have been so privileged to produce vocals for him from the first album that Outburst, his vocal group, put out there. Kerygma, that's the title of the album. From that first album, I have been here, working closely. 2018, that's so far, So yeah, this last album that we did, it's called Spiritual. I am so particularly invested in this album, not only from an artistic point of view, but also from a very spiritual point of view, because I think it communicates some very deep truths about God, about our walk, about our faith, and I think it's really spiritual, as the name implies. And so, but Jesus, this track that I'm about to break down, is my favorite in the entire project. I did about 6 to 7 songs, but this one is my favorite. Not only my favorite because it's deep spiritually, but also my favorite because it's also very deep technically. The emotional resonance in the music for me is just off the charts. It just strikes a very huge chord in my heart. And so shout out to Pastor one more time for writing such a beautiful piece, and also shout out to the producer Steph Ade, who also was featured on the track. And so let's just go in from the technical point of view, everything that went into the technical aspects of the song, to the other parts that have to do with the emotional resonance of the song, because everything is what we, all those two areas are the major areas that we consider to put together what we have as our arrangement. It's not only nice because it sounds good in the chords and stuff, it's also nice because it sounds very emotionally resonant. It strikes, you would feel what we want you to feel. At the end of the day, it will just work. Do you get what I'm saying? So music is head and heart, mostly heart, you know that already. If you want to know more about harmony, I have a masterclass full of all these details, so please, you can just check in my bio and you'll see all the details to my harmony course. All right, and so let's dive right into it. This is Jesus by Apostle Emmanuel Iren.
Jesus, Jesus, my life is for you, my Lord. I'll give my all to you, my all in all.
So that's pretty much the verse. You understand? We sang it twice, but this is the verse. And let me say this: the melodies that are given to us to play with, to arrange with, matter a lot to the arrangement. Many times, or my best arrangements, to be honest, have actually been done because the melody of the original composer has taken 70% of the work off me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not to say we cannot make the most out of songs that don't really have great melodies, if you get what I mean. I've done that many times, made beauty out of ashes. But I'm saying this particular one just rings well. It just sits well. There's everything good about it. Look at it. Just beautiful. Then also shout out to Steph who decided, what progressions would best communicate. It's so important to know that not only should you have a great melody, you should also have a good progression that will communicate the best emotional equivalent of the melody. Do you understand? So that's what I have. So I mean, Steph went, Jesus, Jesus, my life is for you. Went to the 2, from the 4, and playing with that Jesus, as the last note. You have the Jesus. You play the 4, of course. That the 6, that is the melody, is a 3rd degree of this chord. So I mean, it works perfectly. Jesus, right? Jesus, my life is for you. So we're still landing on the 6 in melody. So he went to the 2, and at the 2 minor here, this is your 2 minor. All right. The 6th note happens to be the 5th degree, and so I mean, it just sits well, keeping it very clean within that emotional space, the somber space. When you have it's really, really nice and serene. The emotions are there. You can feel the melancholy, the soberness of the music, with just this. You could have gone, life is for you, here for you. It works technically, but emotionally, I like that he went to the 2. Then for you, my Lord, I give. So to the 6 and to the 5, beautiful. I give. So that I give, still within the context. So I'm just saying all of that to let you know that before the song got to me, a professional, a very technically, informed person who also has heart and understands emotional music has done all the work in that sense. And so I'm just meant to take it from there and create like a very beautiful flow of vocal arrangement, of which I started with the melody. I told the singers to just go in unison and just sing it as purely as they can with few techniques here and there. You can see what I did. For you, my Lord, I give, just to show the heart of a yearning Christian or a yearning worshiper, if you get what I mean. I give. And I always say this: vocal technique is meant to imitate life. It's meant to convey the actuality of your heart posture per time. That's what we put together. Not only notes, but also the technique with which you articulate the notes. And so that happened there. So of course, Pastor had already said, I'd like the singers to just take the lead, like in the case of Jehoshaphat, take the lead, right? And so we did take the lead, sang the first verse, but then the second time we sang that same verse, we decided to do something interesting. Watch. Jesus. The second time now. Jesus, my life is for you. For you, my Lord, I'll give my all to you, my everything. All right, still predominantly unison, but then I decided to add that extra for Jesus, Jesus, my life is for you. Ooh. Now, many times as vocal arrangers, we have the liberty to still get creative, but within the confines of the music. Do you get? So life is for you. We could stop there, but as singers, we know that we could do lots of life is for you. We could do for you. I'm still within the confines, right? And so as a vocal arranger who's first a singer, I know that there are too many choices that I could employ to make my singing more interesting, still keeping it within the frame, like I said, the frame of the progression, the mood and everything. I have the liberty many times to just go extra notes. So when I did for you, you get, That's just me trying to be expressive. And many times we get to ask our clients, do you want this? Do you want that? If you don't know, Allah, we'll leave it. But most of the time, it's always complimented the music. And so they said, okay, Pity, I like that, leave it. Do you get me? So we did that. Then I went to harmony. For you, my Lord, I give. So instead of for you, my Lord, I give, I started to create a progression, a movement, an even movement from for you, my Lord, I give. You see that? Also helps the emotion, because the song is a song about surrender. The song says, I give you my all. So songs like this that are very, very emotional, that convey lots of heart, lots of emotion, surrender. I mean, that's the core, that's the point of this song. We try to look for every possible melodic, harmonic, rhythmic weapon, that we could just pick on to fight a good arrangement fight. So I did, for you, my Lord, I give my all. You can't deny it. You can't just deny it. It is just gonna work, right? So, but of course with technique as well, crescendos, my Lord, I give, something like that, I give my whole. Then this happened to you. I don't know what Pastor was thinking, but when he did this, when I heard it, I was like, this is just beautiful. Everything is just speaking to the purpose of the music, because I, for one, whenever I think about creating something for meditation, definitely lots of minor scale movements, lots of Arabian modes and all that work perfectly. And I think this tension here. You can see the 7th note over the 6th. Back to of course it's a minor, so back to the minor 3rd degree here. Oh, very meditative, right? You can hear that. And so, yes. So we did the harmony in the middle, then arrived at this point, still in unison. My everything. All right, now the next part of the song, listen to it. Steph comes in because, like I said, it was featured on the song.
You are the air I breathe. In you I move and have my being. I live my all to follow you, Jesus, my Lord, my everything.
Now, this part that you just listened to is not in the original. It's not in the final master, if you get what I mean. The track I'm using to break down is the track I sent to them, just for them to hear what we did. You understand? I mean, of course, they still had all the right to, take out, add, whatever it is they wanted to do to it. And so, Steph, of course, I don't think he knew he was going to be on the feature, if I'm sure about that. But eventually, when it was decided that he was going to be a feature on the track, that part he was told to sing as a solo. So they removed it. Do you get what I mean? So that's out of the conversation now. So let's go to the next part where they allowed us come back in. This is it.
You are the air I breathe. In you.
All right, so to accompany Steph, because Steph is still singing the lead at this point. So, you are the air I breathe. In you I move and have my being. I live my all I give my all to follow you, Jesus, my all, my everything. Sang it again. You are the air I breathe. So I decided that the second time I was going to go even deeper. Music is a very deep language, and if you know how to speak it, then you'd wield great influence and impact. All right, so I decided to take it a little bit off what was originally written. At best, it would just be a very good soulful accompaniment. And one of the very beautiful ways that I love to do this is to employ the counterpoint technique for harmonization. So I brought in the, different things happening at the same time, different rhythm. Do you understand? Different melodies, but of course everything still working functionally within the confine. Do you understand? The music is the confine. You can be creative but stay within the confine and the pocket of the composition. Do you understand? So I decided to do this 3-part counterpointal thing. So I think soprano started, you are, of course progression is you are. So you are, I think a lot as a singer. Like I said, I think a lot as a singer. So I go, you are. I'm still in the chord. So soprano started with that, then altos followed. All right, so let me just run through what sopranos did. You are the air I breathe in you. I did that. I think that would be like an added ninth. Then I did the chromatic to walk back to that added ninth. You get what I mean? And so that's for soprano. Then I think alto, when soprano starts, you are. Then they went, you are the air I breathe in you. If you get what I mean? So you can see that other moment we have a cluster of you and you, although sopranos eventually left the you to go to you to come back to the cluster, then so we have tenors go.
I move everything.
Watch this, tenors. You are the air I breathe in you. So I give tenor 6. Altos landed on the 2, and the tenor, sopranos landed on the 3, but went to the 5, flat 5, 4, 3. You get, so we have this very nice cluster happening here over the 2. Do you understand? So you could just easily call that chord another 9. Do you get what I mean? So I mean the key is we're on G, and so we have that very nice cluster. I call this another 9. 2 chord. All right, so that's basically what happened there. All right, so we'll move on to the. Then I leave my all.
Follow you,
Jesus, my Lord.
my everything, Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus, my
3 parts.
life is for you, my Lord. I'll give my all to you.
So we went big voice there. Do you understand? From that, my everything. Now the loudness at that point is not just loudness for fun, it's loudness for purpose, because I needed to display complete total surrender. So my everything needed to come out big, and the music also dynamically rises at that point. So everything, we go forte, with 3 strong parts to the chorus. Jesus, Jesus, my life is for you. Very big. All right, and we sang that to the end. All right, so again, let's go right. Yeah, Jesus forte, unison. Jesus, my harmony. Life is for you, tenor. For you, my. Is it for you? Jesus, life is for you. Soprano, life is for you. Alto, life is for you. So I did. Yeah. For you, my. For you, my. All right. Then tenors. For you, my. So at that point we have like another added ninth, like a sus chord. You, my Lord, I'll give. I'm just trying to touch on the parts that may seem quite, technical to pick, and that's what we have there. Let's keep listening.
I'll give my all to you.
Yeah, and we did that in harmony. And I told my singers, please try to make it quite, yodely, like with lots of delineation, since we're going back and forth the notes. And so just to make it quite nice, Sound of Music-ish, with a flutter at the end, or what you call vibrato. And so we did that.
Jesus,
Now we're in full harmony at this point.
Jesus, my life is for you.
2 minor chord.
For you, my Lord, I'll give my all
Yeah,
to you.
same thing. And there's this O part. Now, mind you, throughout the entire recording, I told my singers, please make sure everything you're singing makes meaning to you. Make sure it makes sense. Don't just sing the melody, sing the life, and so if you were in the recording, you'd literally see their faces. I mean, I think Remy was almost crying, I believe. And sometimes I tell them to do the yodel, just to express that desire and yearning. So everything, like I said, whether it is in unison or in harmony, we're trying to hit the mark of emotional resonance. Is that cool? Yes. Then go to the bridge. Music is just so chill. Ooh. Yeah, so we now begin to respond, right? Of course, we'll start with unison. Here we go.
So I give my all. I give it up to you. So I give my
You can see all the singers are on the same octave. So the ladies had to drop their jaw to be able to hit that note well. My all, right?
So I give my all.
Of course, Remy has no problem with a baritone because he's naturally a baritone. So.
So I give my all. So I give my all.
I think we went 3 parts here.
So I give
No, octave, yes. We went octave here.
So I give my all. So I give my all. So I give my all.
Let me pause here. One thing I always try to also do is to make sure that my singers, whenever they do the vibrato, they try to achieve the same oscillation frequency. Same. My I try to get everyone to speed to sound at the same vibrato speed, to make sure that their vibratos are on the same speed. That's what I always try to do. So you will hear me say, 5 oscillations, 4 oscillations, 6 oscillations. And what does that sound like? 3 is 4 is Do you understand? So we try to make sure we're blended not only in the tone, not only in the volume, but also in the technique. Do you understand what I mean? So vibrato is one of the major things that I try to intentionally curate to make sure it sounds smooth, clean, and just in order. So I mean, I have some people in my team that have very, very fast vibratos, so I try to slow them down, slow down.
So I give my all. So I give my all. So I give my all. So I give
So we go to the harmonies now.
So I give my all. So I give my all. So I give my all. So I give my all.
Yeah, right there.
So I give my all. You gave me
Like a bridge too. Yeah, very basic gospel. Give me everything.
all for you. So I give you everything.
3 minor, 3 major rather. So you see that? Just take it back a little bit. Show you what happened there.
So I give it all for you.
Basic parallel harmony is right there, but full gospel.
Give you
Everything. From the 3 we go to the 3 major. All right, so you realize that final chord has that, 5 over or 6 over 5 slash chord, but the chord on the left bass did 6, so you can see that. So you. All right, so we have the 3, the 5, the 7, just to beautify that, and that's how we ended it. So very, very easy arrangement. It's not so technical. I think the most technical part of the entire song would be the "You Are," the part where we did the counterpoint. And so very, very easy, but most importantly, you see, many times, not like we don't have options, want to like dazzle and make everybody know that we know a vocal arrangements. I wanted to know that it's beyond just the choices of the harmony. It's also in the intricate detail of the emotion that you're trying to convey. And many times unison notes can handle it. Many times very basic 3-part harmony, but that is articulated well is what does the job. So whatever it is that you learn from this, I hope that you could use it for your own personal work, and I do hope that the song in and of itself, blesses you, touches you, every part of the song, the melody, the lyrics, the spirituality that you can feel from the song and my vocal arrangement. I do hope that it blesses you. All right, so if you want me to do any other vocal arrangement breakdown that you have heard before, please, you could just put that in my comment section, and please just don't forget to like, subscribe, let me know if this helps you generally, so comment, say something, share with your friends, and I'll see you in the next breakdown video.